So first we'll talk about some Office 365 tools that play nicely with mobile without an app download, and then some that require an app download or a login from Office 365. So if some of your families are used to downloading with Office 365, then you'll be fine. If they aren't, I do have another video available that can help them to log in. Either way, all of these tools are recommended. I just wanted you to be able to see the difference. So the first one is Forms. So Forms for sure is a tool that can be used for assessment, and this is the view for mobile. I'll show you a little bit more about that later on. But it plays very nicely with mobile without logging in, as long as those are the settings that you have on that. The second one that we'll talk about is Sway. So Sway, we use that at Manitou for our staff newsletters, or sorry, not staff, family newsletters, because you can put a lot in a Sway, and you can also have the settings so that people don't have to log in. And this is the view from mobile. Again, something really nice. Now, tools that either require app download or a student login are two tools that are great. My favorite, of course, is Teams, because Teams, you can do everything in Teams just with one single sign-on or login. And then PowerPoint, obviously, and I'm actually going to show you how to use PowerPoint Recorder just a little bit. There is a video on Microsoft Educator Community. It's about an hour long, and teachers can use some tech stipend for that, and it's really good learning to have. So let's go over a sample PowerPoint lesson and what it should have in it. So the format generally should be, a materials page up front and first, what kids need to do the lesson, and then a learning target and success criteria page or a learning goals page, followed up by instruction. So it'd be a number of slides that you might use to pace out instruction, and then lastly, some type of assessment and feedback. So how will students turn this in? Will it be Teams or completed forms, or take a picture and email the teacher? So all of that is up to whatever the teacher can do and provide for students. Here's a sample materials page. All of these things are just use the snipping tool, copy and paste it onto a PowerPoint slide, and then something to write with. Hopefully the kids have those things at home, but they're easily accessible if they don't. And then here's a sample learning goals page. So just a sample learning target, success criteria. Very easy to follow along with. So right here I have just a snip of the story Maya's Garden. This is in the kindergarten work packet that they can pick up at the middle school, so that's really important. You can notice that with PowerPoint that teachers can highlight, they can circle things, they could read the story aloud, along with kids. So using PowerPoint Recorder, it can be very interactive. And then here's the second page of the story that students can also have right in front of them. And then here is a story map. So this is where teachers are going to want to first explain this graphic organizer before they use it. And then they could do things like say, hey, okay, who are the characters in this story? What did you think the characters were? They could pause for that. And then students could go back and look in the text because they'll have the text right in front of them if they picked up one of those work packets. So that's also what's really nice. It's kind of interactive. And then the teacher could come back on and they could say, well, I thought that one of the characters was Maya. Did you write Maya, or did you draw a picture of Maya? So it can almost feel like they're working right, one-on-one with that student. Same thing. What did you think the setting was? And then give students time to reflect. Here is the Your Turn page. So this is the assessment. So here you want the students to click on the forms, listen to the story, and answer the question. So I'm going to show you a little bit how to actually do that forms. But there's also a couple of other ways that you could do assessments. So kids could take a picture of the page, they could and email it or upload it. They could complete a forms, or they could turn in an assignment on Teams. So here is just the forms that I've already created for students. I'm just going to walk you through a couple of pieces. So this first part is that lesson that I've already recorded and uploaded to YouTube. You can actually go ahead and embed that YouTube video or a Microsoft Stream video right into a form. So your instruction and your assessment can actually all be in one place. So that's what's really nice about using my PowerPoint recorder. And then students, the next part is I just chose a storyline online video. That's also on YouTube. I just copy and pasted the link into the forms. I would highly recommend taking that Microsoft Forms course on Educator Center. Here are the questions that I put in there. Again, these are I just snipped and copy and pasted those questions in there. Look right here, I have that students actually have to type in their name. That's really important. And that's important because the way that my settings are in this forms is that it allows anyone with a link to respond. Now you can have it that students have to log in to respond and it'll automatically record their name. It depends on you. That's your choice. If it's so that anyone can respond though, it's more accessible to families that way, because you could just send that forms out in an email. They can click on it. They don't have to log in. So it's just a matter of preference and what your families already know how to do without much help from you. So now we're going to preview the forms. So it gives you the option to look at it on computer, and this is the way it looks on computer, or on mobile. So this is how it'll look on the mobile version right here. What's also nice is that it has immersive reader. So it'll kind of take you to another page, but you can it'll read the questions and everything to the student or to the family, which is really nice. You can view everything on mobile. This is showing you exactly how everything will look on a mobile device. So that's why, really Forms is just really one of the recommended ways of assessment that I chose, because if you record a good video, then it'll work out for you. So here it's prompting me to answer the questions that I've labeled as required, and you can't turn in the form without doing that. So we'll just finish answering these questions. And then I'll submit my form. So now that you've created your lesson, a couple sources that I use for uploading videos, of course YouTube. There's no login required for viewing, and almost everyone uses it or has the app. Videos can be posted as unlisted, so you could provide the link for the viewer rather than just being searched. And then Microsoft Stream. So what's nice about that is it's 100% internal. However, login is required and downloading the app is required. It's not hard after that. It's just that those are some things to be cognizant of when using Stream.